Broadcasting from Schnabel Hall on the beautiful campus of Valparaiso University. You're watching The Shield on VUTV.
Hello, and thank you for joining us on our last Shield for the semester. I'm Brendan Johnson.
And I'm Lynnette Grant. I don't know about you, Brendan, but the semester is coming to a close. It's getting closer to Christmas. I'm already decorated my room, and we decorated the set a little bit here. Are you getting excited for Christmas?
I am. We also decorated up in Lincoln L. Hall. Our room's all decorated. Definitely bringing in the Christmas spirit as we approach the end of the semester. And on the topic of Christmas, students from all corners of campus came together to ring in the holiday festivities. Alpha Phi Omega kicked it off with the Jingle Jog, a charity fun run. Runners braved the cold weather last Thursday as a lead-in to Valpo's Christmas tree lighting ceremony. Students chose to run 1, 2, or 3 miles around campus to spread holiday cheer. Alpha Phi Omega asked participants to donate non-perishable food items or toys to give to local charities. It was a night full of hot chocolate, great conversations, and tons of Christmas spirit.
But the Christmas festivities didn't end there. On Thursday night, following the Jingle Jog, VU held their 4th annual Christmas tree lighting. VUTV News correspondent Amy Vanderheyden was there for more on one of Valpo's Christmas traditions.
One of the newest holiday traditions here at Valpo is the tree lighting ceremony in front of the Christopher Center. In its 4th year, the ceremony drew a large crowd from the campus and the community. Everyone had the opportunity to meet Santa, take holiday photos at the photo booth, and enjoy some holiday treats. I spoke with President Keller on why bringing the community together is so special.
It's special because everybody's gearing up for the end of the semester and burying themselves in the room and studying and grading papers, and so it's that one moment where we say, you know what, in the grand scheme of things, we're going to get through this, and then we're going to really get to celebrate, and so it really gets everybody in the mood for Christmas.
After warming up for a few minutes, everyone headed outside. Led by students singing Christmas carols and President Keller, everyone counted down to light the tree.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
After the tree was lit, a fireworks display lit up the night sky and seemed to everyone to be the start of the holiday season at Valpo. And even President Keller had a message to share.
To everybody at Valparaiso University and the whole wide world, Merry Christmas!
For The Shield on VUTV, I'm Amy Vanderheyden.
And how could students, staff, and others take a break from the craziness of this time of year? VUTV's Executive Director, Blaise, tells us how.
Well, with finals week approaching and the holiday season upon us, what better way to de-stress than with a little music? The Valparaiso University Department of Music presented Christmas Concert 2013, a carol festival, this past weekend. The VU Women's Choir, Chorale, Men's Choir, Chamber Concert, and Symphony Orchestra all played a part in the evening's entertainment. A full house was seen in the Chapel of the Resurrection, and audiences accompanied the musical groups by singing Christmas favorites such as O Come All Ye Faithful and Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Other notable pieces included the Nutcracker Suite, Hymn for the Nativity, and How Unto Bethlehem. All 5 groups made their way to Orchestra Hall at Symphony Center in Chicago for another performance on Sunday evening. For The Shield, I'm Blaise.
And with our first look of weather, Storm Shield meteorologist Blaise Keller joins us now in the studio. Hello, Blaise.
Hey, Lynnette. We did see snow earlier this week, and behind that snow, behind that cold front, really, we're going to start to feel an Arctic blast as that cold Canadian air starts to trickle down to our neck of the woods. And I'll be timing out when the next chance of snow is set to return, as well as a first look at your finals week forecast. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Blaise. When we come back, South Africa remembers the late Nelson Mandela.
And the Obamas welcome in the holidays with an annual Christmas tradition. That and more when we come back after the break. You're watching The Shield on VUTV.
They be like, smooth, what? Can you teach me how to Dougie? You know why? Cause all the girls love me. All I need is a beat that's super bumpin', and for you to back it up and dump it.
Welcome back to The Shield. Former South African President Nelson Mandela passed away last Thursday at his home at the age of 95. Mandela was the first black South African president and his most recognized first efforts to end apartheid in the early 1990s. Mandela leaves behind a legacy that changed the face of South Africa and will continue to inspire people around the world.
Thousands packed into a rainy FNB stadium to bid farewell to Mandela. The same stadium where Mandela spoke right after his release from prison.
When it rains, when you are buried, it means that your gods are welcoming you and the gates of heaven are most probably open as well.
While there was sadness over the loss of the leader, the atmosphere was more like a celebration. Those who knew Mandela best spoke about his legacy.
To him, life was all about service to others and setting those in bondage free.
He created hope when there was none.
That hope inspired millions, and the memorial brought people together, if only for the day, including President Obama, who shook hands with Cuban President Raul Castro. During the president's address, he cited Mandela as an inspiration.
And while I will always fall short of Madiba's example, he makes me want to be a better man.
Well, certainly it was a day of celebration here in South Africa, and all those world leaders that came here were welcomed with open arms in this wild and wet day. President Obama was joined by former Presidents George W. Bush, Presidents Carter and Clinton. It shows the deep significance of Nelson Mandela to world leaders and the rest of the world. There will be several days more of commemorations for this great man, but today perhaps was the highlight. David McKenzie, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Fast and Furious star Paul Walker was killed last week in a motor vehicle accident in Santa Clarita, California. Fans of Walker met on the site of the accident to pay tribute to the actor. The memorial was not organized by the family of Walker, but by fans through social media. Paul Verkamen was there with the story.
Minute by minute, this tribute grew here in Santa Clarita. The memorial was added to all day long. Just more and more candles and flowers piled up. Fans even brought in a Christmas tree and started to decorate it. All along this street, cars would come driving by and people would admire some of the performance race cars and other vehicles that cruise through here. This started on the internet and it just sort of mushroomed and became this huge tribute, if you will, to Paul Walker. And you're a big Paul Walker fan. Tell us, what did Paul Walker mean to you?
You know, he was such an inspiration to so many people because they knew him as the actor, you know, who would drive fast cars, and there's so many fans, but the behind the stuff that he didn't, you know, go to the media for, his charity, reach out worldwide, you know, anytime something happened in this country, he was there. He went to Chile. He was doing this for the, you know, the Philippines, and he was just an all-around amazing guy and somebody to look up to, definitely.
Great. And what did Paul Walker mean to you?
Well, pretty much, he was a chill guy. I mean, you really kind of learned a few things from him. You know, reaching out to, you know, charity. He was a big inspiration to me on tours, as the fast scene. I mean, kind of the car scene, because I think, well, mostly everybody remember him by, you know, driving in that, you know, Skyline, or even wearing Chucks or something casual. There's always something to remember. He will really, truly be missed.
The 36th Annual Kennedy Center Honors was held this past weekend at the John F. Kennedy Center for Performing Arts in Washington, D.C. 5 artists received the Kennedy Center Honors for Lifetime Achievement, including Shirley MacLaine, Martina Arroyo, Carlos Santana, Herbie Hancock, and Billy Joel. President Obama congratulated each recipient for their contributions to the performing arts, and John Kerry hosted a dinner in honor of the 5 performers. Kennedy Center Honors recognizes individuals who have made an impact in film, music, or performance.
Dashing through the snow? How about dashing through the streets of Philly? That's the sight you would have seen last Saturday in Philadelphia. These Santas ditched the reindeer and put on a pair of running shoes instead. Participants dressed up as Kris Kringle and bar-hopped through the streets of Philadelphia. Thousands of people joined the run. This has now become a tradition across cities nationwide.
Decking the halls for the Christmas season has spread to the White House. President Obama hosted the 91st National Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony this past Friday. The First Lady, Michelle Obama, and their two daughters, Sasha and Malia, joined the president on stage as he counted the crowd down to light the Christmas tree.
2, 1.
Joining the Obamas on stage were Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, and other celebrities who performed at the event.
When we come back, we will be joined again by Storm Shield meteorologist Blaise Keller for a look at our weather. You're watching The Shield on Channel 82.
Interested in the television industry? Stop by our office in Schnabel Hall and join VUTV today.
Welcome back to The Shield. I'm meteorologist Blaise Keller. We saw that little disturbance move through earlier today, and it's bringing some cooler air behind this cold front that passed through. And starting on Thursday, so this is going into Thursday, the pressure system will move out of Canada and continue to circulate that cooler Arctic air down into our neck of the woods. Luckily, we're going to be seeing some fair weather as high pressure systems have gotten the nickname fair weather friend. However, another system out of the Texas Panhandle will start to move its way north, bringing with it slightly warmer temperatures as well as another chance for snow. Earlier today, we were at 10 degrees. Later tonight, we're going to be at 10 degrees at 7 p.m. And again, this cooler air is moving into our area, extending from really Minneapolis all the way down to St. Louis, single-digit lows overnight. And we're at 4 degrees, however. Going to be a little bit cooler as these clouds will clear up going into Thursday. Now by Thursday afternoon, we are at 17 degrees. Some warmer air is starting to make its way up north, and as we go into Friday, we're going to cool down. By Friday morning, we're at 16 degrees, and then by the afternoon, we're heating up well to around the low 30s. And note, off to our southwest, that's that new system that I was talking about, and that's going to be making its way into our neck of the woods by Saturday. For tonight, however, we're going to be very cold, a low of 3 degrees. Those skies will be clearing and those winds will be out of the northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So you may want to turn up that heat tonight as it's going to be very cold. And tomorrow we're going to heat up to 22 degrees, plenty of sunshine, maybe a few clouds in the afternoon, but overall it's going to be a nice day with winds out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Going into your 5-day forecast, Thursday, high of 22 degrees. And moving into Friday. Friday comes before Saturday. A few clouds will be building with a high of 28 degrees. And by Saturday and Sunday, that's when that disturbance finally makes its way into our area with the next chance for flurries. And then for the start of the finals week, we will be starting to see those flurries clear up. A few clouds may be lingering, and we'll see a high about 26 degrees. So it's going to be kind of another system's going to be moving through once we have some nice weather for a couple days.
But we are still going to get some snow, right?
Yep, right before finals week, we can expect to see maybe a couple flurries here and there, and a nice little dusting before finals week.
Definitely a start to the Christmas season.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Alrighty, thanks, Blaise. And we'll be right back after a short break with sports. You're watching The Shield here on Channel 82. And welcome back to the Shield. Now with a look at your Valpo sports, we turn it over to Shield sports reporter Parker Gatewood.
Thanks, guys. For this past weekend in Valpo basketball, the excitement was uncontainable, although not every game ending the way we would have liked. On Saturday, the men's team took on St. Louis for a rematch of last year, only this time it was on Valpo's home floor. Taking a look into the action, the Crusaders had trouble out of the starting gate as they trailed the Billikens early in the first half by a score of 15-3. They would stay behind for the majority of the game, but had a final charge in them late in the second half. With 3.8 seconds left, Levante Doherty drove hard to the basket, giving the Crusaders their first tie since 0-0 at the start of the game. With the game tied at 65, the Billikens had one last chance. The ball was inbounded all the way down the court to Rob Lowe, who would have his shot blocked, but Mike McCall Jr. would seal the win for the Billikens with a tip-in at the buzzer, as St. Louis took the game 67-65. The Crusaders put together a great effort, led by senior Levante Doherty, who scored 21 points and pulled in 4 boards. The men will be back in action on Saturday when they take on Loyola Marymount. The women's team hit the road once again, this time for the Toledo Invite. They came into the weekend looking to capture their first win of the season as they took to the court against Chicago State. The Crusaders dominated throughout the game. The defense didn't allow a single point from the field for the first 10 minutes of the game. They were up 13-4 with 10 minutes left in the first half, and they never looked back from that point going forward. They would go on to win that game by a final score of 74-50. Junior Sharon Karunji led the Crusaders, scoring 16 points and grabbing 14 rebounds for her 4th double-double of the season. The Crusaders came into their second matchup with confidence as they took on hosting Toledo Rockets, who beat fellow Horizon League team, the Detroit Titans, by a score of 79-70. The Crusaders got off to a fast start as the game would go back and forth throughout its entirety. The Crusaders gave the ball up 25 times in the game, but would make it close by shooting 52% from the field. The game was tied with 10.9 seconds left when Sharon Karunji got an offensive rebound and put the shot back in with 3.9 seconds to go. Toledo would heave up a final prayer, but to no avail, as the Crusaders took the contest by a final score of 63-61. Jesse Wiedemann and Sharon Karunji won all tournament team honors, and Karunji was named tournament MVP. The Crusaders will be back in action on Friday night when they take on former Horizon League rival, the Butler Bulldogs, at the Arc. For all your Valparaiso University sports news, stay updated on valpoathletics.com. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Parker. Coming up, we'll have your final look at the weather. Stay tuned to Channel 82.
They be like, smooth, what? Can you teach me how to Dougie? You know why? Cause all the girls love me. All I need is a beat that's super bumpin', and for you to back it up and dump it.
kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What does it mean? Say what you want to say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you be brave.
Welcome back to the Shield. Last week, a strong winter storm impacted much of the country. Storm Shield meteorologist Rachel Dunsing tells us more about the wintry precipitation.
Snow, sleet, and ice. A little bit of everything fell during the winter storm on December 5th through the 6th. This winter storm packed quite a punch and caused havoc all the way from Texas to portions of Ohio. A strong cold front moved through on Wednesday, December 4th, leaving frigid temperatures in its wake. The frigid surface temperatures combined with warmer above freezing temperatures in the mid-levels of the atmosphere made for nasty freezing rain for the south central and southern Midwest areas of the country. Some areas received over 1 inch of ice. If freezing rain wasn't bad enough, several inches of sleet fell on top of the ice, and as temperatures began to cool in the mid-levels, the snow began to fall. Over a foot of snow fell in parts of southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, and northern Arkansas, making already bad travel conditions even worse. Thousands of flights were delayed or canceled, and the local departments of transportation and emergency management agencies urged drivers to stay off the roads. But now that the storm has settled and crews have managed to clear the roads, it's a perfect time to go sledding or sit back and enjoy the beauty of winter. Reporting for The Shield, I'm Storm Shield meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
With a final look at your Valparaiso weather forecast, Storm Shield meteorologist Blaise Keller joins us in the studio. Blaise, what does the forecast look like for finals week?
Well, it looks like it's going to start off rather sunny. We may see a flurry or two later in the week, but let's focus on the rest of the week for now. Thursday going into Friday, we're going to experience a little bit of clouds building up. We're going to go from 22 on Thursday to 28 on Friday. Saturday and Sunday leading into finals week, that's when we could see the best chance for a couple flurries here in Valparaiso with highs hovering around the low 30s. And then for the start of finals week on Monday, we're going to see a high of 26 degrees and partly cloudy skies. So those flurries will start to end, unfortunately, going into the first day of finals week, but we can expect to see maybe another round of snow coming later before we all end the semester.
Is it too early to put out a Christmas forecast yet?
I want to say yes, but if I had to take a guess, I would say that we may see, hopefully, a white Christmas here across the Midwest. So fingers crossed.
And that's going to wrap up things here for our last edition of The Shield for the semester. We hope you join us again in January for the latest in Valpo news, weather, and sports. I'm Brendan Johnson.
And to watch VUTV on demand, log on to youtube.com/ValpoVUTV. For all of us here at VUTV, I'm Lynnette Grant, wishing you all happy holidays and a joyous new year.